inflation beat so hard, aggregate is the most worrisome. Aggregate spending on food grew by plus 1% over the past 2 years versus the normal 5% annual growth rate for the past 20 years. So, nothing can, this can easily justify stunting or malnutrition. The real growth rate is rated to 0.3% to 0.8%, 0.3 in 2023, 0.8 in 2024. We rule out base effects as the culprit behind the deceleration given the real growth in 2Q, 4Q 2022 was normal at 4.6. You should just go
Kadiwa. Actually, we discussed this already within ourselves na kung isasama ba namin yung Kadiwa. But based on our criteria, kasi that time, mostly ang Kadiwa po ay rolling pa. Nasa rolling store pa lang sila. Hindi po kasi namin makukuha yung price kung lagi silang paalis-alis. So, ang idea po kasi is we compute we determine the change in price that is organic, meaning nagpalit yung price dun sa same store not because nagpalit kami ng store. Kasi possible po na pag lumipat kami ng ibang store, iba yung price niya. So, hindi po magiging consistent yung movement ng price. So, yun po yung idea nung ginagawa ng price collection because this is specifically for CPI.
But 47 is a price of starvation. Sir.
So for 2025, we plan to include Kadiwa pero yung mga permanent stores lang as planned by the government.
So where did you get the wholesale price?
Meron po kaming mga wholesale markets na regular na pinupuntahan. And then pagka nakita po namin na may trading sila doon, yun po yung kinukuha naming prices.
Pero alam mo nung kausap ko, bakit ka ako 37 to? Sabi niya, takot sila. Hindi sila nag-i-stock kasi nga gawa nga ng bagong batas na pag lumampas sila doon sa normal holding capacity nila, so bumibili lang sila pag alam nila na may bibili. So I mean, nag-order lang sila pag alam nila may bibili. So natatakot sila doon sa bagong batas on the carteling, hoarding, profiteering, and smuggling law on this is still a source of empirical disequilibrium for me. I don't know, Asis, how do you explain this?
Sir, pwede ko.
Do you want to reconstitute the past for you?
In practical sense, sir, I will try to explain. Sa isda, pareho lang po sa isda eh. Kasi sa palengke, halimbawa, 200 ang takbo ng presyo ng bangos. Sanay na yung tao sa 200 na bangos. Sanay na sila ng 150 na presyo ng tilapia. Kung makabili ho ako ng mura na isda, halagang 100, nakita ko nagbebenta yung mga kasabay ko ng 200. Hindi ko naman ho ibibenta yun ng 150. Isahabol ko doon sa... Kasi parang nga po yung jury po namin, nakasanayan na po yung presyo na yun. And
But
therefore...
sir, it will not last long. A compartmentalized market. You know, it's still the weight of the total demand and the total...
Yeah, sir. But the point that we're trying to say is since we're looking at, in this case, for instance, in the case at hand, where we have an expectation of 6 peso decrease in the price of rice as a result of the tariff reduction.
So how come I can buy rice at 37?
Sir, if you look at the in relation to the one that you mentioned, na yung sa Anti-Economic Sabotage Act, sir, it says in the law that if you...
So it is the retail where the problem is.
I think, sir, nandoon po. At saka din, sir, sa tingin ko, kasi ngayon yung presyo po ng palay, 15 na lang.
Huwag na muna yan. Pag-usapan muna natin yun nandito sa harap. I mean, basically the report, which shows that wholesale is 47 and the retail is 53.
Sir, pero po may tatlong layers po kasi yung bago magpunta sa retail eh. Meron kayong, sir, example lang po, yung nakita po namin last time during our meeting. So meron pong, halimbawa, meron po kasing wholesale po na nanggagaling sa importer. May bibili po sa kanya yung dealer. Wholesale din po yon. Yung dealer po dadalhin sa retailer. So medyo kung titingnan po namin, hindi naman po siya isang pasa lang. When we talk about retail, normally, hindi ho yun from the source. May dinadaanan pa pong iba eh. Kaya ho siguro yung chain pa has to be addressed. The shorter the chain, therefore, like, kung bumili po kayo sa rice mill, sir, 37, posible po yun. Pero kung bumili
No,
po
it's
kayo...
not posible. Sir, nangyari.
Opo, yes sir. Yun po yung mangyayari. Pero kung bibili po tayo sa...
I've been buying rice at 37 since December till now. Since yesterday, I bought it. Because my entire coastal area and all my islands are starving because they cannot go out the shore. Because of the rains, because of the gale warning. We've been under gale warning for 47 days.
Most likely, sir, baka po local rice.
Anyway, can I just go to Kadiwa? Sino ba yung kasama ni Speaker tsaka ni Inverga na pumunta sa Bulacan? Sino sa DA? Yung nagsabi ka na di ka makapresent dahil nandun ka na sa Bulacan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Anyway, I was with Congressman Toto Swansea, and I was with Congresswoman Janet Garin. But just to give a little perspective on the meeting, Mr. Chair, what transpired there is that we tried to trace the supply chain. So it was then justified by a few of the importers. If I may ask, Mr. Chair, is Ms. Weng Sadikon here? So I think ang naunawaan din po natin doon, Mr. Chair, is that as expressed earlier by one of the rice importers in the previous meetings, sabi po nila na sila po ay ang mga importers will make a markup of about 2 pesos. It will be passed on to a wholesaler, again, with a markup of 2 pesos, passed on to a dealer na meron pong markup na another 2 pesos, and the retailers mapatong po ng 5 pesos. So napakalaki po ng, so halos 11 pesos na po mula sa wholesale price na so this is something I think that the committee will have to address, the supply chain. With that, I hope that the Department of Agriculture, with all its commodities, can we please submit to us a supply chain analysis of every commodity para at least maintindihan natin yung problema ng lahat. So yun, Mr. Chair, yung nangyari po doon, and I think probably later on from our importers who are invited today, baka pwede pa tayo malinawan. And I know we have retailers also here. So we could address. And we do not want to put the blame, I don't want to put the blame, Mr. Chair, dun sa mga retailers naman. Because sa kanilang side naman is that they are also incurring high costs. So nagtataas po yung pwesto nila sa kanilang palengke. At meron din po silang charges, I think, incurred na may ticket po sinisingil din ng mga local government units on a daily basis. So these are things that I think DA, DTI, and I think with the stakeholders, the various sectors, dapat hopefully, Yusek Asis, we can work on this, na ma-downsize natin yung supply chain. So I think, Mr. Chair, dun sa query ninyo, kung nabilihan po natin is sa wholesaler, mura po talaga, pero across, baka po market masters, dumadaan pa po sa market masters, meron pang additional cost pa po dun sa mga market masters. So, again, I hope, Mr. Chair, I gave some enlightenment dun sa ilan sa mga na-pick up po natin ng mga mga observations sa mga pangyayari po sa presyo. Medyo nagkakaroon po tayo ng konting understanding po dito. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Chair, please.
Yeah, Mr.
You're
Chair, upfront, I would
recognized.
like to submit the opening statement of our Chair Vergara to the
Okay,
committee. And secondly, Mr. Chair, would I just like to ask the DA or NFA if they do agree with the prices, the findings of PSA? For Metro Manila, sir, we're doing price monitoring of price. Yung nakita ko namin, mas maganda yung numbers na nakita namin sa pagbaba. Kasi we have more... No, the question is very simple, Yusek. Do you agree with the findings of the prices of that PSA just present? We go back to the data. Do you agree? For Metro Manila, sir, may discrepancy po kami nakita. Mas mababa po yung nakikita namin numbers dito. Sa NFA, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, kung sa amin pong computation based on our cost ng pagbili ng palay up to the milling, ang presyo po niya nasa 47 to 48. Well milled rice.
What's that? Wholesale, retail?
Iba po kayo kasi yung sa amin, kaya ibenta po namin ng ilang sako sa DSWD or sa it's the same price. Direct cost po yun.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, the question was very simple. Do they agree with the pricing of PSA?
I don't have the expertise to say kung tama yung presyo na nakuha nila.
May we know if the 102 drop-off points of PSA, pick up points of PPSA?
Yes, Congressman Dago.
No.
Hi, Congressman.
Thank you. Yung Bulacan importers approached me actually last week. They're offering to sell at 40 pesos. These are well milled rice. At supposed to be, they'll start in my district on a barangay level.
So, para hindi na po matagal, kasi pag nag-convene pa po yung committee, saka pa lang po gagawa, meron na po kaming dinrap po na rules of engagement on the... And since, sir, just to be...
Mr. Chair, ma-interrupt ko na si Yusek. Kasi yung rules of engagement nyo, wala doon sa batas. Dapat, agad nire-recommenda ng mga concerned agencies sa ating presidente na mag-convene yung National Council at magkaroon ng rules of engagement yung enforcement group. Kasi ang problema natin ngayon, kaya walang nangyayari sa atin, walang nanguhuli dyan sa mga hoarders, smuggler, profiteer, cartel.
Asis, tingnan natin na yung nangyayari sa grounds. Sinasabi na ng ating mga distinguished chairperson kasi paulit-ulit kasi yung pinag-uusapan natin mga presentation nyo, but there were concrete commitments citing definite figures based on documents. So let's go to that, discuss that, and expand that not only in Metro Manila but the whole of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Doon tayo pumunta, tumbukin natin paano ba natin mapapakain sa sambayan ng Pilipino ang murang bigas, not the lowest quality. Mr. Chair, just to reiterate, in that meeting it was also told, hindi totoo na ang mga mahihirap ay gusto ng pinakamurang bigas. Kasi yung bigas na maganda, yun na rin yung ulam nila. Konting patis, konting toyo, yun ang ginagawa nila. Kasi, syempre, tao yung mga yun. That's why let's go back, Mr. Chair. While we do appreciate the wisdom of Yusek Asis, we want grounded statements, actual statements. Yung bang hindi lang tayo salita, kundi talagang gawa na ramdam ni Maria at ni Juan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. At this point, may I ask pa-dispensa muna po ako ng we have retailers here so we can hear their case. We invited Mr. Ernestito Lazaro of San Andres Market. Are you here, sir? Mr. Dominador Sanchez.
Madam, kahit patis ng ulam, okay na. Yun ang binibili talaga ng mga bumibili ng rice.
Kahit mga mahihirap.
Yes.
So, baka bumaba kayo sa 10 kilos per bag.
Nawa po, sir, bumaba para bumili naman ho kami sa market.
Hindi, ibig ko sabihin, kasi nasa 25 kilos per bag kayo. So, wala ba kayong 10 kilos per bag?
Meron din po, may 5 kilos, may 10 kilos.
Problema dito, bakit mas malaki ang reported imported
Sa harap ng kapulungan ito ng pagsisiyasat. Lang.
Thank you, Mr. Bart. Congressman Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Go, can you enlighten this committee on your personal circumstance? Kilala ka namin.
Mr. Chair, from Davao. And I started my business in early 90s.
Mr. Go, sa'yo ba itong NANS2 Agri-Traders?
Yes po.
Sa'yo rin itong Davao Solar Best Corporation?
Solar Best Corporation is a corporation, so there are 5 incorporators.
Yes, I see.
NANS 2 po is a single proprietorship.
Okay. Per our records that you have submitted to the committee, NANS2 Traders was only registered in June 2022. Is that correct?
2017?
Why is it that our records show that you registered this to DTI in 2019?
Kasi maybe that's the only time I participated on the importation. 2019.
So, can you furnish the committee yung copy ng registration mo ng 2017?
I'm not sure 2017, but it's about 5-6 years. Yeah, I can furnish po.
Oo, kasi nakakapagtataka lang kasi Mr. Chair that NANS2 Agri-Traders was one of the top importers in 2019 na hindi siya na-registered sa per records ng DTI. Per DTI records, it was only on June 2, 2022 that NANS2 Traders was registered. Yun naman kasi, tinatanong ko lang, kasi Davao Solar Best and NANS2 Agri-Traders is the number one if you combine the total importation in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 is the number one importer in the Philippines. So, ang tanong namin, Mr. Go, magkano mo binibenta ang bigas mo sa Davao?
Like today,
Yes, Mr. Go.
from 35 to 39 pesos per kilo.
Okay,
Mix na po yan, 25% and 5%.
Okay, tama nga. Kasi doon sa Mindanao, ang baba ng presyo ng bigas. And to think that Mr. Stuart Go controls the Davao region. Siya ay number one supplier ng bigas. Is that correct, Mr. Go?
They are... May mga ibang importers din naman doon, sir.
Oo, may iba, pero ikaw yung pinakamalaki. I have already done my research.
Yes, because I only sell to Davao region, sir.
Oh, that's okay. Now, preliminary info lang yan, Mr. Chair. But we'll go to the meat of the case study that I have made. In 2022 and 2023, these are only the data that was submitted to us. NANS 2 and Davao Solar Best imported a total volume of rice per BOC records. In 2022, it's 348,011 metric tons. But the problem, Mr. Chair, as per BPI data, they were only issued an SPC or sanitary phytosanitary import clearance for only 48,852 metric tons. There is a discrepancy of 299,159 metric tons. Hindi ito nadeklara. May discrepancy. Ngayon, ang tanong ko dito sa BOC,